If, like me, you're waiting for the next move, everyone's telling you the bull market is not over, but what's going on? Well, this week could be the week that ignites the market once again. We've got four key indicators, four US economic reports coming out that could signal and push the market to the upside. Could we see 112K on BTC? Are alts about to move? We'll break it all down for you in this video to make sure that you are absolutely on point this week when it comes to your cryptocurrency holdings. If that's something you like the sound of, you want to stay ahead of everyone else in the game, make sure you hit that subscribe button and smash a like on this video. With that being said, let's get into it. So there are some key things that are starting to happen in the cryptocurrency market, which is showing some real signs of positive movement. We actually look like we're going to retest 98,000 after that low of around 93 at the beginning part of the week. And we're actually seeing leverage decreasing as well as Bitcoin leaving exchanges. Now, why are these two things important? Well, ultimately, people don't want to trade the potential volatility coming in this week, and people are stacking their bags. Bitcoin is leaving exchanges. This is absolutely a positive sign that people are locking in for a longer term. The volatility removes and people get ready for a longer part. But what are some of the key things that are coming this week that could see us drive the price? Well, like I said, there are four US key economic reports that are going to drive the market. The Consumer Price Index, the cost of goods basically to the consumer, is coming out Wednesday. This could be a big deal. I want to double back on the CPI report and why that is important, but we also get initial jobless claims. This ultimately giving a view of the labor market. Why is this important? Well, the Fed is taking its direction for monetary policy from this report. You've got the Producer Price Index looking basically at inflation at the cost of producing products. The December report actually showed that we were slowing, but January is expected to show a small increase. We'll talk about that in just a minute. And Friday, you've got retail sales data, which ultimately giving insights into consumer spending. Now, you may ask yourself, okay, Two-Bit, why is all of this important? Well, the reality is it's showing you signs of how strong or weak the market is, how much is it potentially prepared to go and buy, and how does this therefore affect interest rates from the Fed? Well, let's double on CPI. This is an important report, and we generally see market volatility come in when this report comes in. Let's take a look at the price of Bitcoin. This green dotted line running here was the previous December report that came in a little bit hot. And what you can see is as we went into it, we saw a massive dump all the way back from 104, wicking down to 91,000 before going into that CP report. And people understanding actually there was a lot to do with energy costs, a little bit to do with housing and retail. It wasn't the worst report we've seen. Well, guess what? The market then started to uptrend to that all-time high initially that broke. This is a key thing to remember. Okay, well, let's look at what's coming tomorrow. Well, we seem to have seen a very similar pattern moving. We see the dump into the CPI report and therefore a push coming out of it, holding on to that 100-day moving average, which is a key level. So here you can see it more represented charts of CPI versus core CPI. You actually see that headline CPI number did inflate from that kind of 30th of September all the way into the one that came in December, giving us a range of around 2.9%. Now, forecasts are we'll actually see a 0.1% reduction, which could be very positive for the market. With a consumer price index that rose at 0.3 on a monthly basis in January, we could obviously see this. This would be a good thing. Now, you could argue, are the markets pricing this data in? Possibly, but this gives us a view on inflation. That view would be cautious. Now, loads of people said, Two-Bit, why can't we just see a Fed rate cut of 0.5%? It would absolutely send the market into a concern that we were going to see a recession. Now, that's way out of the way. We talked about the yield curve in my live stream earlier on, but a very positive development could be that we see inflation on a month-to-month basis appear to be normalizing at those levels close to the Fed's target, 2%. Again, we're at 2.9 headline CPI, 3.2 on core CPI, the cost of doing business. These could be two indicators that are very positive. So, what are going to be the highlights? We'll look at Wednesday, February 12th, 8:30 Eastern will be the report comes out. Forecast 0.3 January after rising 0.4 in December. This would be a decline of 0.1%. Core CPI is forecast to rise 0.3 versus a January rise of 0.2 in December. This could be a little bit hot. And then CPI year over year forecast 2.9. ultimately rising roughly the same as it did in December. This would be a flat neutral. And then core CPI year-over-year forecast 3.1 versus a rising 3.2 in December could see a decline as well. all of that wrapped into a nice little bow says that we may get a nice catalyst in the market to push Bitcoin on. We may even see a retest of 100,000 or potentially even a break above 2 days. If you think about what a retest would be, where does that position us in the market? Well, you'd be retesting the 50-day moving average. You'd be looking at about a 2.5% move, all of which are very, very possible. A good CPI, and it could come in even better than we predict, could actually see us retest and potentially this upper range that we've been talking about very interestingly on this pattern, as we can potentially retest this upper range, depending on obviously what happens from a US Federal Reserve perspective. So lots to talk about, lots to keep close on. As always, we'll keep you updated here on the 2Bit Crypto channel. All you need to do, hit that subscribe button. And if you enjoy this kind of market analyst data packed video, hit the like button. Let me know in the comments down below as always. Until next time, thank you so much for watching. We'll see you soon. Bye-bye.